Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, and that means it's time for MSF Happy Hour. I'm joined once again and always by my co-host here, Mr. Agent Smith of Twitch.
What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
Good, man. How about you?
Not bad, not bad. First of all, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. As always, we start off talking about what we're drinking tonight. So, Agent Smith, what do you got in that glass of yours?
Haven't deviated from good old Captain and Coke over here.
No deviations. All right. That's what we like, a man with a plan. I am sticking pretty true to the whole keto thing. So I do have Vitamin Water Zero, dragon fruit, and some Tito's.
That's good stuff, though, right?
It is.
Using the Vitamin Zero. Yeah.
Dude, I've been really happy with it. I'm not sad about that at all. Although I do kind of miss rum and Coke, so I might have to go get some Cat and Diet Coke later.
Take a day. Yeah, if you use this Virgil's brand of cola, it's the zero sugar, but it has like the erythritol in it. So it's like the good sugar substitute for keto.
Right.
As they say.
Good stuff. So everyone out there in stream chat here, grab a drink, sit back, relax with us. That's what we're about here at Happy Hour.
Yes, sir.
We'll get right into talking to some game talk here. So actually quite a bit to talk about today, and we're going to start off with the blog from Friday. So let's go over to that scene here. Bada boom. Okay. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Okay, so Friday the 29th, we got a new blog out. Basically, just a little bit more about Jubilee and her unlock method. Let's start off with this. They did talk about the Dark Dimension 4 celebration as well. So that's we'll get into it all. But the one thing they mentioned here, besides the obvious, that we're going to need a 5-man, 5-star Tech team. They have some recommended requirements for missions 5, 6, and 7. 5 being the unlock mission, 6 and 7 being the extra stars on top. And that being to unlock level 60 gear tier 11 ability 6664, 4 red stars, and level 10 Stark Tech. People playing the game as long as myself or Agent Smith, not really a problem. People that have been playing for a while, maybe not as long as us. We were talking about this slightly before stream. This is basically just natural progression of the game, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna be here by the time you get these characters, all the 5-star. You're definitely at level 60, and you probably got most of these characters 6664 anyways.
Yeah, we obviously don't know how. It depends on how quickly players can actually get into being able to farm like statures and Yellow Jacket, right? I can't remember which one's the hard farm in Doom. If it's Yellow Jacket or Stature. But they've made one
Yellow
of them
Jacket
more difficult to get to. And by the time you get to that point, you're going to have a developed roster anyway. So to me, it makes sense. And I'm kind of happy they made this legendary a little more difficult to get, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been a little lackluster. I mean, the Ebony Maw one was a little bit more difficult. And by a little bit more difficult, I mean, I felt like I had to pick targets rather than just hit auto at that time. So yeah, like you're saying, you were saying before stream, it'll be more fun, at least for people of our power levels, going in there and saying, oh, I might actually have to play this out. Make a legendary thing to obtain, not just something you slap your 5 characters in and hit auto.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I probably had a different experience with Maw because I remember when I unlocked Black Bolt, I went super hard. So I didn't have a problem with Black Bolt either because I was all in with Guardians, and they came out to be a super good war defense team. So I put a ton of resources into them. So I had no problem unlocking Black Bolt because I blew away those requirements that they asked for. And Black Bolt being Black Bolt, I think I was able to get him right to gear tier 13 right when he launched because I saved up the resources for it. Black Bolt obviously carries that team through the Maw event too. So it's been a few legendary releases now where I've just been able to hit auto and get through it and not have to worry about anything. Just been kind of mind numbing. So I'm happy that hopefully this means that with my Pimtech, even though I've got them pretty pimped out, they'll I'll have to do a little bit of extra work to make sure I unlock Jubilee.
Yeah, and you know, this is what they're recommending though. So maybe, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean if you got level 60 gear tier 116664 4 red stars stuck to 10 that it's going to be a cakewalk. So we'll see.
Right.
I'm hoping it's not, but I'm also hoping, you know, for all those people that are hard farming Ghost like I am right now, that when I get there, it's not going to be a slog after that. And I would be really disappointed if I got all the cores I spent refreshing the store, got Ghost, got in there, and couldn't unlock it because it was too difficult for some reason.
That would be awful.
I would lose my shit about that.
Oh god, that'd be so bad. I don't think it'll be that way.
I don't think it will
keep in mind
but...
too, like all the challenges and even all the legendaries and all the campaigns where they give their recommended level of play, it's always pretty significantly higher than what it can really take to get through it. So
this is true, especially with the right characters. Yeah.
Challenges.
Yeah. So it's just interesting that they gave us this ahead of time. I don't think they've done that before, so it's interesting.
Yeah, this is the first time they've taken up those requirements, right? First time they've essentially made legendary unlocks harder.
Yeah, as far as I can recall, yeah, this is the first time I've seen them announced ahead of time here.
Right.
Let's see here. Okay, so
sorry to cut you off. Just to wrap that up though, I'm not expecting to have any issue because I was one of those morons that put way too many resources into their Pimtech team in general, so I'll be all right.
I don't. Yeah. You got two of them that are already gear tier 15, so you're good to go. Okay.
Should be just fine.
Special note: in a previous blog, they mentioned that Nick Fury legendary event Chasing Fury was coming up next, but this has been delayed. Nick Fury will return in the near future, so stay tuned for more information. So the original wording on this was he was swapped.
Yep.
That caused quite a bit of uproar on Reddit. However, rightfully so. That's bad verbiage. They did come back in, and Zeeks did come back in and correct at some point. Okay, so to clarify, Nick Fury event was supposed to be this week, as in the week we're currently in, and will now be after the Jubilee Legendary event instead. The Jubilee Legendary event was not moved up. So if we are to believe everything coming from them right now, Jubilee wasn't moved up at all. Nick Fury was just supposed to be this week. We're not doing that, and he'll show up sometime shortly thereafter. Cadence. We could talk about Cadence almost. Like, I don't understand why they removed him. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, just launch him. I mean, unless you're changing his unlock method or something of that nature, which I feel like they should. I feel like Nick Fury and Star-Lord should both get the Iron Man treatment or something of that nature. But
isn't that the only thing that makes sense
to me? Because otherwise, why stop it?
Because like if they launched him today, which presumably is what was going to happen, it would be, they would be doing maintenance in the middle of his event being launched, and that if they wanted to move him to be an unlock like Iron Man is now, it wouldn't make sense to launch his event today. It's the only thing that can like remotely make sense in my mind, outside looking in, not knowing a goddamn thing about the company. The only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to see. I don't know. I think they should give him that treatment, but I think that would be a very new player friendly thing for them to do. But
yeah, I mean, you and me both. We've been telling new players that that are asking advice and that we see in our discords to just ignore Fury, because you don't use Kree for anything, and Nick Fury and those that Shield team, their days of being in the meta are way behind them.
Yes, they are long since removed from being even, I would say, even a top 10 team almost. So,
I mean, they're definitely bottom 10. I think for me, I struggle to win in 8.3 Blitz with them. I've got to find the right matchups and be really careful in 8.3. And even then, their win rate's only like 80% probably.
yeah, it's pretty poor still. Moving along, Dark Dimension 4 celebration. So, Scopely Fixed Prices, who, when he beat it, I guess his name was Watch Remenex Shake It. He changes his name every day.
I wonder if it was Scopely Fixed Prices, and they were like, "Listen, dude, we can't immortalize that in the game. You need to pick something else."
Yeah, maybe.
I would love to have known if that was the conversation, how it happened, and if he was just like, "No, like this is it. You guys gotta make it Scopely Fixed Prices." That'd been hilarious.
It would have been hilarious, but I don't think they would have done it. They probably would have used any justification they could to use the very first name he entered with or something of that nature.
Right. They would go back, right?
Yeah, so
which is pretty funny.
They do mention here that in a previous blog, we'll be holding a celebration for the entire community to honor his achievement, including a 100 character shard reward. More information is on the way, so keep an eye on your inbox. I believe the choices are between Call and Ghost, and the last I heard was that the player gets to pick.
Yeah, there was I think I can't remember. I must have been watching Remenex's stream maybe when this was mentioned, or maybe it was Mobile Gamers, or I saw it Reddit or something. I can't remember exactly where I found it. But they were talking about, and it looks like this came straight from Yags, that he was in discussion and he teased out that it was going to be that, right? Player's gonna get to pick whether it's Cull or Ghost.
Right. So this is
that's the man himself right there.
Yeah. So 100 shards of Ghost or Call. You choose wisely. 2 times shard for Proxima and Taskmaster.
I like both of those. 2 times for Proxima and Taskmaster.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
That's excellent.
Who are you going to choose? Ghost or Call, if this is what ends up happening?
Good question. It really... I guess it depends. If it's... Which I highly doubt it will be. If it is before the event for Jubilee, I'm going to pick Ghost. Just because it'll save me $50 more than likely, or $30, whatever the offer cost is.
Okay.
If it's after, where are we at with Black Order here? If it's after, I'm gonna go Call, because I will have already spent that money to unlock Jubilee, and I probably will have enough time to get 6-star for Ghost anyways, so...
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, if you get some... All you need is the RNG and Premium or Ultimus Orbs. Or Basic Orbs. I think he's in Basic Orbs too, right?
He is in Basic Orbs. I had really good luck the other day. I pulled 25 in a Premium, 15 in a Premium, and 5 out of one of these free Basic Orbs you get.
Yeah, that's so good.
That being said, too, I guess I'll have to... I'm assuming, like I said, it'll be after Jubilee's event, so maybe I'll get some time to play around with Jubilee, and if Jubilee is really freaking amazing, and I think that 6-star in Jubilee will do me good, I may still go Ghost. We'll have to see. There's a lot of variables in it for me. What about you?
Yeah, my mind was made up Cull until you just said that, because I didn't even think about the ability to get a 6-star Jubilee on the table there. So I think I'm probably going to go Ghost to try to work towards 6-star Jubilee.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... You gotta... What is... Let's just...
You know, I mean, the amount of war currency you'll save by doing that, you know? Or for me, anyway.
Oh, what the hell? Unit result is undefined. 200.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll end up doing.
Alright, so 200. divided by 5 is 40 pulls, times that by, what does it cost? 1375?
Something like that. That sounds about right.
Why am I doing 200? I want 100.
Let me check Warstar real quick. Yep, 1375.
That's 27,500 war currency that you'll save.
My other dilemma is I have Cull at 137 of 200, so that immediately takes him to 6-star.
Mm-hmm. And he's definitely one of the characters you want up there. You want him to be built up as much as possible.
Yeah, you want a beefy Cull. Beefy Culls cause a lot of problems in Arena and War.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, man, that's kind of a tough decision for me now. It's like immediate use, I immediately get a better Cull, right?
Right.
And kind of a substantially better Cull. You get a good stat increase going from 5 to 6-star.
Mm-hmm.
It'll only be yellow for me. I only have a 5 red Cull, but I'm doing okay in Arena still, so maybe I don't really value that as much. And my love for the Astonishing X-Men, so I'm still thinking I'm leaning towards Ghost.
Yeah, and then the other thing, there's another factor you could think about too, is what is your red star pull on Jubilee? If it's 6 red, you're probably going to go. That's going to help you lean that way. And then what's the next pass on Jubilee? So usually the second pass of a brand new legendary comes quicker than normally it would. Like that this falls quicker in the cadence. So yeah, I think there's a lot of
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I still need to be farming stature and Yellow Jacket.
Yep.
Oh boy. I got work to do.
Yep, stature and Yellow Jacket are daily farms for me. I don't even have my stature at 5-star yet. She's getting there. She'll get there before the event. But yeah. So there's a lot of work to do, but yeah, I think for me, and it sounds like for you, Ghost is what we're leaning for.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where I'm leaning to. I mean, the new stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black Order is still obviously in the meta and they're great, but Jubilee is the new.
Yeah.
There's lots of talk around the Jubilee plus Bishop combo that, yeah, by Jubilee's second pass, if I could get everybody to 6-star by then, that'd be pretty amazing. So
yeah.
you just changed my strategy a bit to where I can start continuing to farm Yellow Jacket and stature.
That's what I love about this stream too, is bouncing ideas off each other, changes of viewpoints quite often. Let's continue on with the blog here. Upcoming blitzes, obviously we're already in the Miles blitz that dropped tonight. Miles, not an amazing character by any means. He has an excellent kit. His special with the rewind, his dodging with his while in stealth, 2-turn disrupt on his ultimate. His kit's freaking awesome. He's just eclipsed by a lot of other tunes stat wise. So his team, Young Avengers, they do well. They still don't have an actual 5th. Maybe we'll see that sometime soon. Not a bad starting team, I'd say. Yeah, but not a blitz I'm going hard on.
Neither, not for me either. Milestones and chill for Miles for me. I don't even know if I might still only have him at 6-star. He might not be at 7 for me, but I'm not rushing because I don't use him in anything, and that's just a late game issue. I think early game Young Avengers, I think you have access to most Young Avengers pretty early on now.
Let's
trying to remember where they're all at.
Let's look at that theory here. I think you do, because I'm pretty sure. So he is Blitz Store, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Blitz Store. Squirrel Girl. Oh, she's in Doom, isn't she? She's in Doom 2.6.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, so it's going to be a long time bringing it. So yeah, I mean, if you like Spider-Man, go for Miles. But otherwise, you can probably just chill and not worry about the Blitz. It's not going to be a super important character for an early game player.
America Chavez is in 6 villains, and then Miss Marvel, she's got a node, and I thought she was in a store, but she's not. So she's got a Mystic node, so that's not too late into the game. You'll get there around level 60 to 64 probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a bad team. Maybe if you poor old Squirrel Girl in a Mega Orb. I don't know.
If you get lucky.
Yeah.
I guess the best place for Miles is you're going to end up using him if you're lucky enough to unlock Symbiote Spider-Man. You run Symbiote Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage, Miles, and OG Spider-Man, right? I mean, that's going to be the likely place for him.
Yeah, that's probably where your Spider-Man
the Screaming Anti-Venom's still not farmable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not an alpha character, just not a character I'd be too excited about as a newer player.
No, me neither.
They go on to mention we've got Iceman coming up.
Thursday Blitz again.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's always the Thursday Blitzes. So, yeah, first run of... That's his first run, right? Make sure you're restocked. Blah, blah. Yeah, first run of Iceman's cold. Yeah, because we bought the offer. That's why I have him. I spent money, right? Freeze bad guys in the track, shovel up Iceman. I think, yeah, he's going to be a great character, and he's on what's looking to be an amazing team. I'm hoping I'm not going to get the Wakanda / skill military effect. I don't know. Just looking at their kit on paper, it just seems like they're going to be great. I don't see anything, and it's focused on raids, where unlike Skeletorry, where it's focused on war, but less variables.
The only kind of shitty thing about that is they're like, yeah, we're releasing like the most epic raid team ever, and it seems really great. It's for sure a late game team. At least right now, obviously, because none of these characters are farmable, so it's late game only.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to release Doom raids, and you can only use your sweet new mutant team for 25% of the raid.
Yeah, I'm kind of
20% of the raid. You know,
yeah, 20.
It's like,
yeah, well,
that's kind of what they did with Pimtech. It feels, here's your brand new Dark Dimension team. It's going to be great for you, but you can only use them on the global node.
Yep. They're good at marketing things to get people super excited for a minute, get people to buy in, and then people start realizing all the little details make it less exciting.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that there's a lot more value for them outside of that. I'm curious how they're going to do in war and where they're going to end up in war. Most new teams end up on defense at the start because you just don't know how to play them yet. So that's probably where we'll see a lot of them. That's probably where I'll put mine at the beginning of war, and see what happens. Especially because I'm going to be bringing them up so big right off the bat.
Sure.
And see what happens. But long term, not really sure where they'll end up. Probably stay on defense just because, like, Kitty Pryde is so hard to kill. Like, I could see a lot of people trying to maybe punch up into him and they just get timed out on. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I've seen your Pimtech still get wins. Your Pimtech had like a power armor plus Ultron go into them and win. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that. No, I missed that one.
They were trying to punch up like 50k, but yeah, they combat canceled.
Fucking dodge and everything.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, you should. In fact, if I wasn't so busy at work today, I was actually going to move my Pimtech on to defense, but yeah, that didn't happen. Probably starting to run low on the time you have to get the novelty. No one knows how to deal with this wins from that team.
Yep.
But
yeah, for sure.
Moving along here, bonus and flash events. So Chaos Theory is coming back. That's where you get your silver and gold promotion credits and the redeeming factor if you leveled your Wakandans. The main reason to have 7-star Wakandans, at least to me right now, I'm sure to basically everybody, is for this event here to get yourself your let's see, I think it's actually here, preview. So at 7-star you get 18 times 3 and 7 times 3 tokens, silver and gold. So Main reason to have your Wakandans leveled up. It's always nice when this event comes back around. You can instantly get over 50 silver promotion credits, so you go from being able to level somebody from 3 red stars to 4 red stars right away, which is always nice. Or if you've been saving up, maybe you can take somebody from 4 to 5.
Yeah, it's literally like the only reason to have 7-star Wakandans.
Yeah, and it is a reason to put some effort into them on the side. If you're a newer player, you happen to unlock each one of them, at least the first 4, because I think you only need the first 4 for the first 4 missions. So that's a good reason to put some resources into them to unlock those first 4 missions of this event, because obviously the higher red stars you have on your characters, the more you'll be able to compete in all facets of the game. So always a good idea to put a little bit of resources into them so they can complete this event for you. And that is the end of the blog from Friday.
Yeah, so Chaos Theory, like those events, those are the only characters. Everyone has their own kind of way of doing things, right? For me, the only time I really farm a character from 6 to 7, and almost really like even from 5 to 7, is if I'm using them on a daily basis, right? So like my raid teams, my arena teams, I'll farm them heavy to star, to 7-star, and then for those events, right? So Payday, Block Party, Chaos Theory, and those are kind of the main 3. I don't really care too much about the Catalyst one with Hand as much, but that's just because I'm kind of where I'm at in the game.
Sure.
But outside of that, and I guess there's however many ways to skin a cat, as the saying goes, or whatever it is. But that's just my own personal opinion. I don't farm characters really past 5-star unless I have specific needs for them to be really, really powerful.
Yep. That is probably the best way to go about it. I did have a period of time where I would just, if I was farming a character, I would farm them all the way up to 7 if I could. And I broke from that habit after talking to you, because I never really put much thought into it, and it just seems like a waste of resources when really there's not much of an advantage of a 6 to 7 for most of the game. It really shines the higher level your account is, I guess, or if you have another red star attached to that yellow star. But yeah, I had to agree with you. There's really the amount of resources it takes to go from 6 to 7 is staggering.
Yeah, it just takes a lot more time, right? I mean, you're talking about, you get someone to 5-star with 130 stars. To get them to 7, you need 500 and more. So the amount of time that takes to actually do that is just astronomical.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, very, very few reasons to actually put that effort in there, but this would definitely be one of those reasons. You have to get a lot of characters to 7-star for this event. You need 5 7-star Sinister 6. You need 4 of the regular Wakandans, because you need those 5 7-star Sinister 6 to get a 7-star Shuri. So
yeah,
you need a full 10 characters to 7-star to be able to 7-star, or to be able to complete, or 3-star the last end of this event.
Yeah.
That's a ton of resources. I haven't thought about that until literally just now.
Yeah, me neither. I never thought about the fact that in order to get the 7-star Shuri, you need the Sinister 6 at 7-star already too. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to get there.
No.
It's a lot of time.
It takes a while, but I mean, this game is playing this game is, for most people, a marathon and not a sprint, unless you've got very deep pockets.
Absolutely.
So, you gotta take it in stride. So we kind of touched on Astonishing X-Men Jubilee a bit. We talked about the Reddit, the rage against her, the verbiage of the blog post initially.
Yeah.
I think that brings us, unless you want to talk anything more on Axeman. Do you think there's anything else we need to add to that discussion at the moment?
Just make sure you guys invest in your beast. That's probably the most important part of that team, is making sure you have the largest beast possible.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. All gold promotion credits and T4 ability mats to beasts.
Oh shit! I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do that unless you have a weird obsession with the character like I do.
Yes, unless you've got a furry obsession, apparently. Moving on. Ghost. There were quite a few issues with Ghost recently. One being that if you were to go in game and you would go to the war store to look for Ghost, she was only popping up here, only on this left character shard node, and not in the middle or on the right hand side, which meant that there are plenty of people, myself included, who spent damn near, if not more than 1,000 power cores refreshing this store, and the chance of her popping up was significantly reduced by her just being in that one slot.
Yeah, I confirmed. I spent 1,800 cores refreshing the node, hoping to see Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
For her to only be there 33% of the time that she should have been. Super annoying.
Yes, very, very frustrating. Let's see here. So you just said 1,800 power cores.
Yeah.
In Scopely's mind, that's damn near $30. That's that's at least $25.
Yeah, like something like $25, right?
Gone down the drain. So, yeah, they did announce that there was issues with that. They did announce that compensation would be coming, but they did not announce when or what that compensation may be based off of. So I'm assuming they're going to have to do something player to player base.
Yeah.
Where I spent probably 1,200 cores, I should get some cores back, and I should get some shards of Sif or Sif. No, I don't want Sif shards. Ghost shards. Or at least the equivalent. I should get some ghost shards, and I should get the equivalent of what I spent in cores refresh chance of ghost as well. So, because it wouldn't be fair to compensate me in the same way it is to compensate you, who spent probably 600 more cores than me. So,
right. And I think what's positive for me is, so I sent a ticket into support like probably most people did, and one of the responses I got when I finally got responses was, we're going to leave this ticket open until compensation goes out and we figure all that stuff out. If they were just going to do a blanket compensation, they wouldn't leave the ticket open. They'd be like, compensation's coming, we're done, see you later. So the fact that they're leaving like ticket open makes me feel like it's a good chance that they're going to individually look at players' accounts and provide appropriate compensation based off of how, some players decided to whale out, so to speak, on trying to reach Ghost and how many times they've refreshed the stores and whatnot. So, because I'm sure there's some players out there that, spent way more cores than even I did. I just did the 50 core refreshes every day she was available versus someone who may have been doing the 100 cores too, which is a ton of cores. Yeah,
ton of cores, ton of money. So at least we know it's coming, which is great. It was a debacle in itself. If it does not come before the event, that's going to be even more so of an issue for many, many, many people. That would cause an uproar.
Yeah.
So I have to assume it's coming before next week. I'm hoping we have it by Friday.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if it's going to happen.
I don't know how they could do it otherwise. Like, you need this character. The only reason people were doing this was to get Jubilee. So if you don't compensate us before Jubilee drops, that's insane to me. That would be awful business practice. I wouldn't put it past them. We wouldn't put it past them. It's not like they haven't done stupid things, but I think that's like, even for them, I think they're like, guys, we can't do this shit.
I still just don't know though. Like I'm sitting here thinking of all the shitty things that they have done, and there's been quite a few. They've done good things too. Like I'm not gonna. I don't want it to.
Oh yeah.
I'm not making this a bash by any means. Like shit, they fucked up and they made mistakes. Like shit happens. Somebody fucked up the code. Somebody didn't do their job. It is what it is.
Right.
Hopefully they fix it and it doesn't happen again, and we move on, and it is what it is. Right. But and not to derail that bet, holy fuck, being the community manager for this game has got to be the hardest goddamn job in the world.
It's gotta be up there. I feel so bad for them. Especially.
I know they're just getting shit on.
You gotta get used to it. You probably have thick skin as if this has been your job, in past games and such. But yeah, I feel so bad for Zeke's and Cerebro times just going through Reddit comments like it's all Zeke's, you've done nothing for me. It's like, well, Zeke's is just there to interface with you. She's not the one making the decisions. Like
exactly,
she's just relaying them to you and trying to relay your information back. Like, shit. Yeah. If you take anything away from this last few minutes, is be nicer to them on Reddit. They've got a tough job.
Your community managers.
It's a tough job. They're just there to try to relay between you and the developers. If you have real problems, aiming at the developers, not them.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's the developers' fault.
Yeah.
It's their QA department's fault, It's their...
we're the QA department. It's not our fault. It's not the QA department's fault. That's us. That's the players. They don't test things before they release them.
Fuck, no, they don't. Shit. I don't know what we were talking about. That got derailed. I'm sorry.
It did. No, it's okay. We went from... what are we talking about? Oh, Ghost. Yeah. We moved from the Ghost debacle and yeah. Anyways,
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out what compensation I would be like okay with, and I have to think. Like I was keeping track of how many times I was actually pulling Ghost on the left side, and I think I pulled her like 4 times still with all the refreshes that I did.
Okay.
So to me, because she was there a third of the time. If you're not giving me at least, essentially 40 shards, then you've done me dirty. Mm-hmm. Because statistically speaking, she should have been there, 8 more times from the, the original 4 for it to be 100%.
Mm-hmm. I feel like most of their compensation in the past there's been a blanket compensation, so whatever that might be. And then something when they do individual compensation, then you get that too. So I'm hoping, as a blanket compensation, I'm hoping 15 to 20 shards, and then whatever they think they owe you. So I'm hoping to see 40 to 50 shards myself. That's what I think.
The only thing for me is like, so blanket compensation, sure, 15 to 20 shards, give me that, but then I better see 1,000 power cores as compensation. Refund me 1,000 power cores.
That's another thing to talk about too. Yeah, is it just going to be shards based on power core spent, or are they going to give you shards based on power core spent plus some cores back?
Right.
There's been some really generous compensation in the past, so hopefully we see that from them for this. But we'll see, and hopefully we'll see by Friday. So fingers crossed, everybody.
Fingers crossed for sure.
Next big thing announced that we should talk about is 4 new characters. So we know 3 of them. We've got Jubilee, we've got Bishop, we've got White. Well, actually, we don't know. I mean, I guess we can assume White Tiger is one of those 4. We've seen pictures of it, but that doesn't mean they're coming out with this next patch. I don't think that was ever confirmed. So there's one mystery character out there somewhere.
Right.
Lots of speculation as to whom that may be. They talk about, on top of this, they talked about an Elektra and a Daredevil rework. And then there's the always rumored Night Nurse rework. That Night Nurse, though, Desperately needs it. Everyone thinks it's coming. And I think the main reason people think it's coming is we have the Doom Raid coming, and there's no real good skill healer. At least not a marquee character. You've got the best skill healer at the moment is Shield Medic. You don't want to be taking Shield Medic into these Doom Raids. You want to be taking a marquee character that might have some synergies. So Night Nurse needs a massive overhaul. She's needed a massive overhaul since I started playing this game. Hopefully we see that, but reworks aside, we still don't know who that fourth character is. So do you have any speculation here?
I was trying to think, but I almost think it has to be somebody for the Defenders, right? Because they've already confirmed they're going to get more characters for the Defenders team. And if they're bringing White Tiger, there's reworks to both Elektra and Daredevil, but we've only pulled off Punisher from that team, so to speak. That doesn't make sense for a full team, right?
Right.
So it makes you wonder what they're going to do with Defenders, or at least it makes me wonder what they're going to do with Defenders. They've already said they're going to bring more help to Defenders, which means since they pulled Punisher, it's only one character. So, does White Tiger fit on that team? Or are they also pulling off Daredevil from Defenders, and Daredevil and Elektra are going to be together on a different team, or what?
So,
or is White Tiger going to Wakandans because Killmonger is pulled off?
See, that's my question too. Like, where is she going? And to me, like when I looked her up, she just looks like in most of these pictures. There's a male and female version. We're getting to the female version. In most of the comics I've seen online, looking her up, she looks like a white Black Panther. So I assume maybe Wakanda, but there's a lot of affiliations here.
With the Defenders there?
Yeah, and Defenders is here. So Shield, New Avengers, Heroes for Hire, which is also kind of Defenders related. Mighty Avengers and Avengers Academy.
Is there any comic lore that you know of that you've looked up with her in Wakanda?
Not
because we're saying that based solely off of, hey, it kind of looks like the female Black Panther, so maybe she's going to be added to the Wakandans. But if there's no comic lore to back that up, it seems unlikely that that's what they'll do.
okay.
Well, we got something going on.
Yeah. So it seems like it's in this version, this Kevin Casper Cole version. Blah 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 blah. T'Challa convinces him to don the White Tiger suit one last time in order to stop a couple of villains. New costume. I mean, there's talk about Killmonger in here. So in this version, this Kevin Casper Cole version, it sounds like there's a lot of crossover with the Wakandan, but not with the female version they were touting earlier. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Like, I think her going to Wakanda, and maybe the fourth character is, people have been wanting Moon Knight for a while. Moon Knight would make a great fifth for the Defenders, I think, thematically, but it seems like this person makes a great fifth. I mean, in terms of another Wakandan, I mean, I'd like to see the bad guy from the movie. What's his name? He has like a gun arm. He's played by Andy Serkis. The hell is that guy's name?
Oh.
Chat, help us out. What the hell?
I don't remember who that is.
It's like it's right there, like tip my tongue.
I'll look it up.
You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, there's way too much speculation to understand right now. We're getting Daredevil and Elektra reworks, and we're getting White Tiger. That's obviously way more than can go on to the onto the defender's team. So somebody's going to be out in the cold. People are speculating that Daredevil is getting pulled off the defenders, which to me that doesn't make sense based off of previous comments by Scopely that defenders are going to get some help.
Yeah,
right?
They had a blog post where they did mention that they were getting some help. It was the blog post around when Skilletary was announced and Punisher being moved over to there.
So, to me, the only way, and obviously, with the defenders, Night Nurse going to that team doesn't really make a lot of sense because you've already got Iron Fist as the healer.
Right.
So adding another healer to that team doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. So I don't see that being the case. I think it's got to be something else.
Yeah, we'll see here. I mean, I'd like to see a character like Moon Knight. I think that would be pretty sweet. Trying to think of somebody else we might see. I don't know. Yeah, and the Daredevil and Elektra reworks are interesting. I did hear mention about a martial arts team, maybe. Like where they actually flesh out, because martial artist is a tag in the game, or at least it was at some point.
I think they removed that tag.
Even though what's his name had it for a while. Yeah, it does look like they removed it. So maybe they're gonna put that back in. Mordo was a martial artist. I'm like, literally nothing he does is any kind of martial art attack in the game. It's all it's all spells, you know.
Yeah.
Rain Pro, welcome to the stream, bud.
Ulysses Claw. That's
Ulysses Claw. Yeah, there we go. See, that would be an interesting ad. You know, he could be some kind of like controller support tune.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're
I mean, it's all speculation at this point. So.
Yeah, Rain Pro. We're speculating on the new characters. So we have confirmed Bishop, Jubilee. Supposedly there's 4 total. We've saw pictures of White Tiger, although it doesn't mean she's coming in this next patch. Most likely she is. And then there's 1 more. So we're trying to figure out where we might place, where White Tiger might go. Is she going Wakandans? Is she going Defenders? And if one goes to Wakanda, who goes to Defenders? If she's going to Defenders, what's the 5th Wakandan? Moon Knight. Yeah, so that we did mention that. Have you heard a strong rumor pointing that direction? I know he's been rumored for a while. Nothing confirmed, just rumor. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. You know, it sounds like we'll find out tomorrow. We already have the message system maintenance around 11 a.m. PST, which I think translates to about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
And they did mention this one might be a longer one. So just so you know, guys, you might have to wait a little bit longer to hop back in game. I guess while we're on the topic of these new characters, you want to talk about a giveaway?
Absolutely.
We'll take it away.
We are, thank you. We are on a special edition of Happy Hour, likely, unless the offer is going to be around on a Monday. We'll have to check that out. But when Bishop comes to the game, we will be doing a giveaway for Bishop. So if you are interested in getting a free Bishop for your account, or at least one of the offers for his account, you will want to subscribe to the YouTube channel that this goes on, which is MSF Trepidation. Like the video and also comment. And what should we comment? What should we have them comment nowadays for this next one?
Ooh, interesting. I don't know. We might have to circle back around to that. I feel like we could have something. We could do something fun with this.
Yeah, we'll circle back around to that. So definitely check the Happy Hour Discord, which will have information on how you enter. But essentially, you're going to follow both of our Twitch channels. You're going to comment on the YouTube video, which is going to be on Trepidation's channel, with something that we tell you guys to do in Discord. And then we'll be doing the giveaway live on stream. with a special edition of Happy Hour.
Yeah, I don't know, Thor. I like Bisho is rad more, so maybe we'll go with Bisho instead of Bishop is rad. I like that better. Hashtag not cable offer. Since I keep calling Bishop Cable all the time.
Yeah, so we're really excited to do another giveaway on the Happy Hour. So you guys will have to tune in. Follow both of our Twitches if you're not already. Join the Happy Hour Discord, of course, and then you'll get all the updates for it.
Indeed. So now's about the time we would take questions. I think we got a few questions in the Discord, and we're always open to taking new questions on stream here. Let's see here. So we got a few. So Commander AOC from Agents Q Alliance here. What are we getting this patch? Well, I think we talked a lot about that throughout the episode. We are getting 4 new playable characters. We are getting a new legendary event through Jubilee. Is Doom 8 coming too? Or Doom 8? Doom 1? Are we getting Doom 1? Or is it just... I feel like that was late February.
I don't think they confirmed that this patch... I mean, it's likely coming this patch, but we're likely not seeing it tomorrow after after the maintenance is done.
Probably in-game, most likely not accessible. But yeah, so confirmed. We get the 2 remaining members of the Astonishing X-Men. We're getting White Tiger. We're getting 1 other character. We're getting a new raid. Yeah.
We're getting real-time arena changes as well.
Has it been 4 weeks already?
We're in the last week now.
All right,
and they mentioned this patch we should get some changes.
All right. Should get the auto takeovers. Okay, yeah, that's going to be big. I didn't have too much of an issue with that this past patch, but what do you call it? Battle Pass, but the one before it was awful.
Yeah.
What's the best way to pass a couple of hours while the patch is happening? The best way to pass a couple of hours while the patch is happening is to go to my YouTube or Agent Smith's YouTube and just rewatch some previous Happy Hour episodes. There's no better way to get through a few hours. All that great information and commentary, that's where you gotta be.
Wholeheartedly agree.
And if
that's how you want to pass the time.
If that's not an option for you for some odd reason, throw on Disney Plus. We know y'all have it, and watch a random Avengers movie. There you go.
Perfect.
Lastly, what tier character do you think Bishop will be? I assume we mean in terms of like casinos tiering, where we've got God, demigod, useful, semi-useful. Bishop kind of looks like he's gonna be at the very least in that demigod function, and on the right team, maybe even God-like.
That's what I was thinking. Demigod +1 if he's with the right characters.
He looks like he'll be taunting all the time. He looks like he'll have defense up quite frequently. He should be ulting all the time on every turn, it seems like.
Yeah.
He's going to be super helpful, it seems, in protecting Doom, from what I've been reading.
Yeah, and I mean, based on depending on his stats, he could go right to God tier.
Yeah, we'll have to see when he drops tomorrow. Well, at least we should be able to view his base stats in game to get a kind of idea of what his built-up stats will be like. But I think Bishop is going to be, if you really want super high red stars on one character on that team, if you're looking who to pop your Elite 5 or Elite 6 on for this team, I think Bishop is the character for that personally.
That's what I'm saving mine for. Absolutely.
It looks like Thor agrees with at least demigod. He answered the question down here. Any other questions from chat? We'll take a live question. It could be about anything. Agent Smith gives out relationship advice. It's one of his part-time jobs, so whatever you guys need. Where's G Fox when you need him?
He's always good for a good question.
Well, this has actually
that
been.
About does it.
Why is Beast the best character? You know what? I feel more qualified to answer this question, but just because I got 8 shards in his $1 orb and you only got 6, so obviously Beast likes me more. But I'm gonna toss this one to you.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm pretty upset about that too. I was hoping. I mean, you're always hoping for 180, but I was hoping for like 20 shards, maybe, or something like that. Why is Beast the best character? You know, when you grow up watching the 90s cartoons of X-Men, and then he comes to the game and he does that AoE heal that also AoE damages. It's pretty fucking OP when he's a Gear Tier 14 Beast. If you guys didn't know, I Gear Tier 14 my Beast, and that's why he's the best character.
You have a Gear Tier 14 Beast?
Plus his ultimate, throwing all those buffs to the team. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah. No, he is a good character, that's for sure. And Rainbow, he's going to be the engine that keeps Axeman running, honestly. Yeah, I had to agree with you there. You're all your shit you've taken over the past, I don't know, 6 months since he's been released or so.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you can throw it back in everybody's face now.
The fact that Beast's special, which is the AoE heal plus he does some damage. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's a moderate amount of damage to the enemy team.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's 3 cooldown special, and he's getting ability energy from the other members of the team, he's gonna be able to do that special every other turn, which is going to be amazing for their survivability in raids. And paired with Kitty Pryde, I've paired Beast with Kitty Pryde once I unlocked Kitty, and just with random other characters, and they're already taking down nodes in U7-5. So imagine the full team around them. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be building them up right now. I'm excited for them to excited for Jubilee and Bishop coming here soon, and yeah, it'll be. I think they're going to be amazing. They're going to be the real Wakanda that we were promised many moons ago.
Yeah, there's nothing to suggest otherwise right now. They look like the real deal for raids for sure. This is gonna. I think this probably wraps up this episode of Happy Hour. We actually managed to keep it at about an hour. We've been going about an hour and a half recently. Yeah, it's tough to finally keep it on pace.
So, if you guys were here for the whole entirety of the episode, you liked what you saw, go ahead and give me a follow. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see a link to Agent Smith's Twitch. Click there, give him a follow. We do this stream every Monday around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Usually runs about an hour and a half. So, next time, come on by, have a drink with us. Fun as always. Any parting words, Mr. Smith?
No, that's it, dude. I stream Sunday through Thursdays around 9:30 EST, so just come check out the stream, have a good time, and like Trep said, every Monday's happy hour. Join our Discord.
All right, with that, cheers, sir.
Cheers.